Robot Gets It Wrong. By Elizabrth Dale and Maxine Lee. Robbie the robot lived with the Browns. He had lots of jobs. He made the beds and cleaned the house. He put the washing on the line. He dug the garden, too. Robbie liked to help. One day, Robbie did not help. "Turn off the hose, please," said Mrs. Brown. But Robbie did not turn off the hose. The water went on Mr. and Mrs. Brown. "Stop it, Robbie," said Mrs. Brown. "I am wet," said Mrs. Brown. "And I am cold," said Mr. Brown. "Get us a drink to warm us up, please." But Robbie did not get something hot. He got something cold. But Robbie did not clean up. He made more and more mess. "Stop it, Robbie," said Mrs. Brown. "Please stop it." Robbie got lots and lots and lots of ice cream. Mrs. Brown was cross. "No," she said. "Stop it, Robbie. Clean up this mess, please." But Robbie did not stop it. Mrs. Brown went to help Robbie, but she slipped on the ice cream. "Oh dear," she said. "Robbie is broken. He will have to be fixed." Mrs. Brown took Robbie back to the robot shop. "Can you fix him, please?" she said. The man looked at Robbie. "It will be a big job," he said. Robbie was at the shop for weeks and weeks. When he came back, he looked just like new. "Make me a cup of tea, please," said Mrs. Brown. Robbie wanted to help. He went into the kitchen. He came back with ice cream and a cup of tea for Mrs. Brown. "Hooray," everyone said. "Robbie the robot is fixed." Robbie just smiled. He liked to help. Story order. Look at these 5 pictures and captions. Put the pictures in the right order to retell the story. 1. Robbie got a cup of tea for Mrs. Brown. 2. Robbie went to be fixed. 3. Robbie got too much ice cream. 4. Robbie did lots of jobs at home. 5. Mr. and Mrs. Brown got wet.